Hello, this is Molly Reamer, and welcome to this month's Goddess Guidance Club for the Goddess Magic community. Our theme this month is rest, and the goddess we are honoring is Cerridwen. So this video is going to be a little shorter than some of my other videos because I am traveling, and I will fill in the gaps in my subsequent weekly ritual videos instead of trying to put it all into this video. So anyway, oops, there comes my cat. If you're a member of the Goddess Magic community on Patreon, that is patreon.com/goddessmagic. You'll have your simple and sacred guidebook, your Cerridwen ritual packet, your stickers, and your little mini prayer book waiting for you. I'm drawing inspiration today from the Goddess Oracle by Amy Sophia Marashensky. I'm going to record a meditation based on that book later. And then I'm also drawing inspiration this month from the book Goddess Alive, and there's a meditation from there too. And I'm additionally drawing inspiration from my own Cave Time booklet, which was a patron perk, and it has a lot of poems from the Crone of Winter, and about Cave Time. And so I'm blending together my themes of Cave Time, the Crone of Winter, Cerridwen, etc. for this particular month's themes. Oh my goodness, this cat. Okay. So at least she's a black cat. It's very fitting. So Cerridwen is a Welsh goddess, crone goddess of magic and prophecy, and is associated with all kinds of things. I associate her most with the wisdom of steeping, the wisdom of transformation, the rebirth, renewal, restoration, etc. So to some people would say, okay, I don't know what to do about this. Here we go. Cerridwen is sometimes seen as a triple goddess, the maiden, the mother, and the crone. Her totem animal is the great white sow. She's associated with the moon. I love on this card how it's got the faces of the goddess in the moon phases, which I think is really cool. And she's associated with the moon, with inspiration. So I think of her as a goddess of creativity and inspiration as well. And prophecy, poetry, shape-shifting, life, and death. And the classic story is that she had two boys, beautiful and ugly. One of them the ugly one she made a magical brew for. The brew took a year and a day to complete, would make him inspired and brilliant. She put her assistant to stir the brew, told him not to drink it. Brew splashed on his hand. He did lick his fingers or put his hand in his mouth or something, and he knew everything from that moment. And so he ran away. She ran after him. After many shapeshiftings, he was swallowed by Cerridwen, who gave birth to him 9 months later. But this is like one possible story of many possible ways of experiencing this goddess, but it's the most classic. So Cerridwen's is associated, as I said, with this life and time of life and death, life and rebirth. And so sometimes we can think of her as an inspiration to consider what is dying in our own lives that we need to let go of. So it doesn't have to be an actual death, but a metaphorical death of something we need to let go of so something new can be born. And Earth's dance of death and rebirth with the seasons really matters. Like that's how things transform, how things change and grow. So it's time to let go of what's not working for you anymore, time to let go of what you no longer need, and step into the cauldron of transformation. So perhaps you've reached the end of a cycle, you've reached the end of a relationship, you've reached the end of a job, you fear letting it go. Or maybe you feel like there's some part of you that needs to die to give way to something new. And so anyway, living in a patriarchal culture has deprived most of us of goddess wisdom when it comes to death and rebirth. Wholeness is nurtured when we're conscious that every step on the path, there's beginnings lead to endings and endings lead to beginnings all the time. And this is part of the wholeness of life itself. Cerridwen also says, you will always get back what you give to me. It will be changed and it will be transformed, but you will get it back. So like I said, we'll explore meditation in a future audio, and then I have additional videos that I'm planning to make that are inspired by Cerridwen, by the themes of Cave Time, of transformation and creativity, and some information from the Goddess Alive book as well. And then, like I said, you do have your little mini prayer book, which you can use for inspiration and guidance this month, in addition to the Simple and Sacred Guidebook. So we're actually going to go ahead and close already with the Cerridwen card from the Story Goddess Oracle. Reminder that the theme is rest. And the core affirmation is, I rest well and wisely. You could also say, I rest well and wildly, and I deserve rest. So I'm reminding you that rest is essential. Rest is essential to growth. Fallow times are essential to things growing. Rest is essential to growth. Rest is essential to life. So may you allow yourself to rest this month, even if right in the middle of everything. Sometimes I say we need to sit right down in the messy middle and be okay. And so the little prayer to tuck into the pocket to remind you is this. I invite a pause to steep and listen, a pause to deepen and renew, a pause to remember and soften, a pause to settle into mystery, into not knowing, undone, unfinished, and home. So may you grant yourself plenty of pauses this month. May you grant yourself plenty of space for rest. May you settle into mystery, into not knowing. May you be okay with being undone, unfinished, and home whole anyway. And so the very brief little prayer or poem from Cerridwen. Listen, I tend the cauldron. I stir you up. I speak of steeping and magic, the ecstasy of creation, and the necessity of transformation. Thank you so much for being here, and I look forward to sharing more about Cerridwen with you in the weeks to come. Thanks so much. Keep living your magic. Bye-bye.